All right, finally. There's always something, isn't there? But we seem to be back in business. Hello and welcome. Stuff. Not that one. Okay, hold a sec. We shall be painting on this lovely lady later. But first...
Boom, baby!
Welcome and boom, baby. So yes, anyhow, we're back to my my stuff. I explained that I have this character that won't appear up until book 2. She's called Sol, and she's a kick-ass lady. She's essentially the very first Bunraku pilot there ever was. Which means that she's like in... I think she's 300 and... no wait, she's gonna have to be 400 and something years old. Which is old. But that's okay. Here's what I wanted to do. Wait. So... hopefully everyone is doing well. I mean, I do our best to try to make this as fun as possible. And build up stuff. I know that there are some people here hanging around. There's no stress on talking. That is never the case. So don't feel like you have to talk. Just because I'm making loads of conversation doesn't mean that anyone else has to. We're gonna make... So one of the things with this setting is I've made it into a specific type of setting on my own that doesn't really fit other settings, if that is a good way of describing it. I don't know. And I did that one by thinking about things like we have steampunk, and we have other punks, cyberpunk, and we have yeah, other punks. And I wanted to make something slightly different than that one, but that did still feel like in the vein of the punk thought. That was basically my general thought around this one. So I made something called Koge punk out of it, and that might be a difficult thing to theorize around what it is and stuff, but I will explain it. Koge is a term that I looked up somewhere that means let me look it up just for shits and giggles. It's a Japanese term. It's a Japanese term for traditional arts and crafts. So any form of crafts that you can think of that are Asian or Japanese in style, like traditional crafts, hand making paper, or hammering out stuff, any form of lacquer work or anything like that. Those ones would fall under Koge. And then punk, as in, you know, making it into this is what the world is about.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
And that was literally what formed it. So what does that one mean for the setting? Well, it means that everything in this setting, all the various ways of looking upon how things are built, is not built around cybernetics. It's not built around things like can it run on Steam, or can it run on this or that or whatever. Everything is built around the notion that it has to be handcrafted. Handcrafted, meticulously made. Now, handcrafted as in, you know, made in a way that feels or evokes traditional style. So they still use tools that gives this one, because otherwise it would take forever to make everything. But it also means that this one looks this is important that it looks like it has been hammered out. It's not much plastic around. There's most of the things are like constructed from cast iron or stone even, or maybe, you know, wood, or it's lacquered, so that it has an appeal that stems from handcraft or being handcrafted. And this permeates everything, so that when you have their big mechs, for instance, they all look like they're made out of cast iron or stone or wood, or they have lacquered panels or similar, right? So everything really comes down to that sensation of you know, nicely made, nicely crafted materials. No plastics. Absolutely no plastics. And to be able to pull that one off, because the moment that you start to, and chrome is also very uncommon, to be able to make that one work, you need to set up rules to not have plastic be a thing. Because one of the reasons why we use plastics is because it's cheap and easy to work with. Resin is cheap and easy to work with. Plastics is cheap and easy to work with. How do we get to that point? The point that I made it so that I could use it like that is I made this setting not have oil, which might sound really strange, but there is a logic behind it. It actually works out somewhat well. To be able to have crude oil, which is what it's lacking, you need to have hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons is the material that forms when biological matter stops, like when it breaks down. So not when someone eats something and then shits it out. That's not the same. But when bodies and bones and whatnot decompose and lies for a long time, then it turns into hydrocarbons, and that is what we then take up and is called crude oil, that we then turn into gasoline or oil or diesel or whatever. So I removed that one by making it so that there is an entity in this universe, a group, a species that has basically taken all of that one over eons. Not everything, but most of it. And because of that one, you get a situation where people, instead of having crude oil to work from, you skip that process. So to be able to skip that process, I needed to find out something else that they could use instead. And that's where I got a specific form of power that don't exist in real life, which is called Syndril. Here we're gonna do, oh, that's not good. And Syndril is a spherical, material that has various colors that basically it is found in high pressure areas, and if you put it into a specific type of reactor, it gives an immense amount of energy. So it becomes kind of a nuclear power, but it's not nuclear power. And that one is the thing that this universe works on. Which I liked. I like making things like that, complex, complicated, but it should make sense. That's I always make my base theory is also always based upon can it function, and sometimes, not always, but sometimes that can it function takes a step into the rule of cool, where we don't know if it could work because our physics knowledge isn't strong enough for that one to know if it works or not. But possibly it could work. So that's where Excuse me. That's where Sindril is at right now. It's a thing that might work. I need to make... Oh no, it shows that we're there. All right. So this world is basically a place where where Sindril has taken the function of oil. It's not a magic duel. It's not. It's one of the most precious things that they have in the universe as well. So if there are wars fought. There's wars fought over it as well. So it's not like it's all fun and games with Sindril. It's a depletable entity. It's not completely everywhere without any other. There are places where there's masses of it, and those ones are hoarded, those places. So there's that. If I'm babbling, tell me. But yes. Okay. That was what I wanted. Just got there a second ago. Work making when working. Yes. That's okay. You're always welcome. Yes. I am indeed talking about the stuff that they're mining at the beginning of the book. Sindril, which is it's a power source that is used instead of oil. Because there is no oil in this universe, in this galaxy. So they have to make do with other things, and Sindril is the thing that takes over that one. But unfortunately, Sindril is also not. It's not an an everywhere found material. So it's difficult to get a hold of to start off with. And then that's why you have the miners in the beginning of the book. It's a rare source. It's a rare resource until it isn't. There is a place that they get to in the book that has masses of it, but it's hoarded and kept, partially because it's valuable, and also partially because the people that have it, they don't use it. They have other means. Well, not in the same sense in any case. So yeah, it's complicated. But yeah, it's fun to write about those things because it also means that You need to solve problems. And that's what I said, like, you know, if there is no oil, why is there no oil? And that one I solved by adding a species that basically has taken all of it over the eons. Hello, Saint. How you doing? Cat people. I'm painting cat people. But what I started with before I got to Sindril was the fact that I have named this, the setting, the type of setting that I've seen, I've named it Koge Punk. And Koge is a Japanese term for, I had it open. It's a Japanese term for traditional arts and crafts. So it's not steampunk, it's not diesel punk, it's not whatever punk. It's Koge punk, which means that everything needs to look old and used, and you hate adulting. Don't adult. This is an adult-free zone. Or something. But everything has to look like it's been handcrafted. Even if they don't use, per se, hand tools only, it still has to feel... has to have that feel of handiwork, handicraft. I see you've met my faithful handyman. And other such things. That's the most difficult part about this one, and that's kind of what I was getting to, is I now need to make this look like it's been handcrafted. Even if it hasn't been perfectly handcrafted, it needs to look like, at least look somewhat like it's been manufactured by hand. I also mentioned that Sol is the oldest of all of the Bunraku pilots, which makes her be more than 400 years old. Was a conclusion I got to, because the truth that is held in this, that is a direct result of the war that the Bunraku pilots were made for, happened roughly 230 years before the books start. And the war had been going on for quite a while before that one, and it was really a losing war up until close to the end of the war. But Sol was was the absolute first pilot of the Bunraku mix, which is why she's an exciting character to paint for me as well. Because I like kick-ass ladies. Also cat lady. That's also a bonus. And we all yes, I do believe we all kind of like kick-ass ladies. That's nice. So we're kind of staying. I'm staying away a little bit from the most chromy of chromes, but we still can make things look shiny. That's still within the range. So yeah, kick-ass ladies are definitely for the win, in my opinion. Oi. Wrong layer, Kronk. That's okay. That layer down. Not like that. But so yes, she's like, she comes over as being in her late 40s, something like that, because they get very old, the Bunrak pilot. I think I mentioned this last time. So that material, the Sindril, it's a power source that gets used for driving anything, machines, mechs, anything you can imagine that needs a power source. Sindril can supply the power for it. But also, and this one gets, you know, told in the absolute first chapter, not the prologue, but in the first chapter. The Bunraku pilot had 9 small pieces of Sindril operated into their spine, or equivalent for those ones who don't have spines, because there are different species. And this is how they connect with their mechs, through those spine implants. Hello, how you doing?
Had a good walk.
That's good.
We discussed the traffic situation.
Ah,
Looking at traffic signs and stuff.
yeah.
And what is it all mean?
Why are we here?
And other existential questions.
Yeah, I couldn't, the thingy didn't start up until 22 because I was having issues logging into the server.
Yeah.
To Twitch. And
AWS again? Amazon Web Service.
That can be it. I don't know. It's it couldn't log into the Restream service, so I couldn't get onto YouTube or Twitch for a while.
Any weird grunts in the back are completely normal for a person my age.
Yes.
Do you need me to mod or?
If you want to. Morio is also there. And Signed is there. Question that you may or may not have an answer to. What form is the Sindril spelling in when it's used as fuel? Crystal, liquid, solid. It's a solid. It's I'll paint one. Just for the sake of it. Yes, they're always formed in high pressure areas. So because of that one, they're always spherical. And then depending on the color, because you have different colors, so you have you have all the prime colors and the secondary colors plus black and white. They're basically like little iridescent balls of fuel. I don't know how to explain that one better.
If you need explanations with balls, call Q.
Yes. I need Keen. Where's Keen when you need him?
I find this lack of balls disturbing.
So yeah, they're like glowing balls, and the generators or the cores that they sit in. Finland arrived. The cores that they sit in are basically holding them suspended in a semi-magnetic lock, so they don't touch anything in the core. They if they touch the walls in the core, they explode because stuff. But yeah, the danger marbles. They are definite danger marbles. They're also different sized. So, like I said, you know, this probably is the rough size comparison to how a core for a bunraku is. Maybe they're slightly bigger. Whereas the size of one that would sit in the spine of this person would probably be more like this size. And they have 9.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, you should do some art and stuff.
Yeah.
Use the Patreon for good.
Yeah.
And have, you know, the first chapter that you're happy with.
Yeah.
Be published there with accompanying art. And
That one I can do. That one I
because
can do.
it's nice that I give feedback,
Yeah.
but it's also nice to get
Yeah.
shit going.
We can do that one.
That's all.
I only have one chapter that I'm truly happy with right now. I'm still gonna rewrite it. But that's chapter 4.
Yeah, okay, that's not the order of things.
No, I know. That's not the order of things.
I'm cold. Yeah, Peanut needs to go to the doctor.
Okay. For his back?
When he took a tumble with my bike this weekend,
Yeah.
he might have some rotor or ACL issues.
Ah. That's
Just
not
like
good.
mom at that age. I'm so proud of him. I'm gonna describe this. There should be a word for this one. German most likely has a word for it. I had sketched something,
Yeah.
and I'd been looking forward to finishing it up, but then life got in the way, and I didn't do it. So
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to doing, you know, this specific sketch. And then I'm just going like, but I have other ideas as well.
Yeah.
And now I don't want to do the sketch anymore.
No.
Question is, do I do the sketch and just bite through it and go like, no, let's see whether I can finish this one anyway? Or do I just go full artiste and go like, screw this, new shit?
New shit. New shit because new shit helps you to come back to it later. But that's my thought. Da, 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 da. Red, blue, yellow,
Purple.
purple, orange,
1, 2, 3, yellow.
orange, and then green, black, and white. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that would be green, white, and the black one is special because we don't see the black one here. See, the black one just looks weird. Anyways, it's not a common one anyway. Special, yeah.
It's special. It rules about
The white one and the black one are special, but this is kind of the general idea. And they also have temperaments. So the red one is angry energy, and the blue one is calm energy. They're special.
So, me before and after my manager got sacked.
Yes, yes. Angry danger marble. Yeah, and it manifests in different ways as well. So if they have like the red danger marbles, they are very explosive in energy, which means that you can get like fast, heavy, powerful energy, but it just also doesn't last as long. Whereas the blue one is kind of laid back, smoke a bit of weed,
Slow, heavy
and
metal.
last forever, kind of. So it's, you know, gotta have a little bit of special rules for shit. But yes, and all this because they don't have oil. If you ever wanted to make something special, that's what you need to do. You need to remove stuff that people expect. People expect oil to be everywhere, so they don't have oil here. They literally went like, no, we don't do that one here. Spanish Inquisition, yeah. Maybe. So, darken that one down a little bit. Brighten this one a little bit so it's a bit more clear. But yes, let's do that one. I'll see what I can do about that one. Well, chapter 4 introduces a person though that hasn't been there before. There's always that.
Yeah, but start with like, you know, at least, you know, like to say in Flemish, respecteer de volk ordelijkheid thing.
Never. I'll see what I can do about that one. I need to rewrite some stuff, and it's well, with the note that it will be a first or second draft, maybe that one. But yeah, that might, it's actually clever. Not there, sweetie. You cannot be there. It might be clever to do that one. Just showcase some stuff on the Patreon. Yes. Well, I'm gonna do a while longer. You know, it's not gonna stop too fast. So we shall see. Have a happy meeting. We're gonna do it like this. It could probably be an email, yeah. Isn't that always the case though?
And it's kind of funny how fast you forget that stuff, because I'm currently going like, was it really that bad? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was that bad.
I have refound some of my youthful naivete by not working for a couple of months.
Hold on to that as long as you can, he says. Oops. Okay. So if I have that one there, and we have this one here, that still needs to be darker. This one there, and then this one here needs to be darker. And then this one would go here, and this one would be here, sort of. Then we need black. Maybe we need some black here as well. Sign said earlier, before she vanished again, that she hated adulting. And I think we can all agree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm.
You didn't vanish, you're lurking. Fair enough, fair enough. I didn't mean to offend much.
Why is it all of a sudden playing Björk?
Is it playing Björk on mine?
No, on mine.
Ah,
I'm YouTube because otherwise I hear you in delay. That's fucking annoying.
yeah,
So I'm reading the chat,
yeah.
but I'm kind of ignoring.
The music.
Yeah, what gets said to you, but I was playing my own music
And then Björk.
then all of a sudden it went from my it went to my Berghain list, which is absolutely not what I was listening to.
I'm not saying anything, but it's YouTube.
Well, it's not YouTube, it's Spotify.
Ah,
It went from Opeth to Berghain, which is hardcore techno with Björk.
yeah. That is, to say the least, weird. Okay.
Now my mood for my original music is gone. I know, first world
No,
problems.
this is first world problems, but it is also our problems. The sound of being
Shitty
content.
ASMR.
Shitty ASMR. God, have you heard the French dude's ASMR?
Yeah.
You want to know the scary part is?
You fell asleep on
No,
this?
since I can disconnect it from what he's saying because I'm not that good with French. It sounds so nice. I'm like, it's his voice
Yeah, I know,
specific.
but for me, that level of ASMR, it creeps me out too much. It really brings me back to psychotic episodes.
Yeah.
And, you know, no.
No. No, I get that one. It was just scary, weird. Because it's literally intended to be like a joke about it. And his voice really works for that shit, and that's scary.
No. Recommend public playlist, dark and stormy.
Uh-huh.
First song, the Arsonist Lullaby. Yeah, that seems.
Exactly, I like that one. It's
It's Hozier.
Hozier.
Hozier, man.
Hozier.
I am starting on something new anyway because.
Good.
Yeah, it just took a bit too much. Found a bit too many errors.
Okay,
And
no, that one I
I
understand.
can correct them.
But yeah. That almost looks decent. It's almost as if I knew how to do this shit.
No. Have you considered going professional?
Mm.
I have this awesome AI tool who can help you with them. It's like all the commercials we get for.
Horrible. I almost sang food songs from Zelda again.
Food songs from what again?
Zelda. It's a curse.
Well, it's technically the Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, well, I never played Ocarina of Time, I think. It was like one of those in-between games that happened when I wasn't happening. Dog is making noises. It was a good walk?
Yeah.
Good. Zoom. Okay, save again. Ooh.
Oh, remember when we went to the bookstore and I almost smacked that fucking bratty teenager?
Yeah, no, I remember.
We're going to the International Magazine shop in Antwerp because they have a quite fair selection of, mythology books and other fun stuff. So, I found, my dearest hobby gave me a copy of the Ramayana
Yeah.
and Scottish myths and
Yes,
fun.
because I'm a good hobby.
And of course, it's a bookstore, so like, let's browse. And there is like this bratty teenager who walks past with like a slightly elder person with her, not like an old person, but someone who's like, not a teenager, but I think like the older brother or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And she walks past and you get like that dainty teenage thingy that for me as a Gen X adult already makes me go like, "Whoa." Don't be so cloyingly sweet. Life sucks, bitch, deal with it kind of. But it's like fine, be like that. And she goes like, "Oh look, an autobiography of Kate Bush. Oh my god, I can't believe people still think she's relevant." And I literally was like, my neck, almost had a whiplash. I almost wanted to go like, I'm not the type to smack strange people, but what the actual fuck?
Yes. You kept your composure though. I'm proud of you. That was definitely worth being proud of.
That's like going like, I like Kate Bush, don't get me wrong, I've been a fan for years, but I'm also going like, her impact on music and the pop scene is fucking big. It's like the Pixies,
Yeah.
or it's like, unfortunately, the Smiths. You just go like, what is wrong with you, you stupid cunts?
Yeah, but then she needs to know those bands as well. And that's where problems happen.
Yeah, but those are like the type of things that lead to me going like, oh, so you're wearing a Nirvana t-shirt, name 3 songs.
Yeah.
Because you need to educate people. Then again, a couple of years ago we were having a cup of coffee somewhere and there were young people discussing the brand Nirvana
Yeah.
and were disappointed that they only had t-shirts, and at that point they also went like, seriously, you have a phone at your fingertips.
Use it.
Use it. By the power of Grayskull, use it.
Okay. Starting to feel a little bit better there than originally. I think what struck me the most was the complete lack of understanding of your surroundings. Like, you can have whatever opinion you want to, that's fine, but maybe consider how other people around you would react, because those are not safe things to just blurt out neither. There are people that will take far more offense than just flare their nostrils.
There was I think they still exist, why and how, I don't know, I don't like them, but was a metal alternative t-shirt music shop in the center of Antwerp.
Yeah.
And one of your Slipknot CDs got ruined.
Yeah.
In the car. And I went to that shop to get to get a replacement for that one, because I was like, let's support local shops
For local people.
For local people. And I entered there with the boys, and they go like, "Oh, mom, can we look around?" Trying to, mooch off some T-shirts or whatever from poor old mom, poor old me, and I'm the teenager. And yeah, not an issue. And I go to the cash registry, and I put the Slipknot CD on the table, and he starts pissing on Slipknot, and I just go like, "Dude, you're making a sale here. Number one. Number two, you have the wrong kind of maggot in front of you and your face is bashed.
Yep.
How stupid are you? Oh, I was only joking, it's banter. If you know anything, if you work in a metal shop, there are specific bands whose fan base you just don't fuck about with.
Mm-hmm.
Slipknot being one of them.
This is a conundrum that we call the "why you so stupid?" Why you stupid, man?
I think it's just, I think in the case of metal, it's been a bit too much gentrified. Most metalheads have, hernias and back pains. Then he goes like, "I'm kind of safe." And I go like, "Dude, no."
Say hello to my little friend. No? Too soon? Okay, time to look for... Does this work? Maybe. No. Reference. First save. First save.
Oh.
This maybe. Maybe. It's I think it's also a sign of the we talked about this one the other day as well, that there is this let's call it misunderstanding from some of the younger generations that Gen X, which is a lot of the metalheads, is the same as the boomers. And that one causes issues. The moment that you start behaving towards Gen X as if we are boomers, or like bantering or whatever in a way that you think is going to be okay and not be reacted to, then you're sorely disappointed the moment that you get faced with a Gen X, because we don't really shy back.
No.
And
It's not like, I don't think it's per se that we're mean, but we just never really cultivated the patience for.
I'm not mean. I don't have
we
time
try to,
or
you
if.
know, well, to be quite honest, when it comes down to our children, you know, everyone has been trying to avoid the mistakes of our parents.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't have time or energy for the bullshit.
We can't Shapiro them.
No. Alright, here's where that one needs to end. Mosquito. Dead mosquito.
Ex-mosquito.
Ex-mosquito.
The insect formerly known as mosquito.
Mm-hmm.
Although I have to say though, Lecter made like the most hilarious cartoon with Prince Andrew, with like him being kicked out of a palace with a caption, "The Andrew formerly known as Prince."
Yeah, I saw someone else had made that joke as well. Was it Colbert? No. Yeah, I think it was Colbert that made the similar joke, but that was after, because they're behind with that stuff.
Well, Gail called him the monster of Loch Ness.
Signed, we'll be happy next week because she's finally got vacation.
Yes.
They didn't want to give you a vacation? Bastards. This seems to be a common problem right now. There's a lot of people that aren't getting vacations.
Were you gonna go to the UK already or not?
See, she's on YouTube, so the answer might come a little bit later. Can't take my vacation in summer because my other payroll colleague is off for 3 weeks. No, it's a staycation.
Well, if you want to, you know, have company for a cup of tea or whatnot, you're
UK
always
is
welcome. Or you know, or we can meet up somewhere.
UK is for December. It still opens up for meeting up for coffee or tea.
I'm trying to go for an illustrative children's book style of and that's difficult because I've been doing realistic and naturalistic sketching.
Sign might take you up on that one.
Yeah.
You know the drill. You know how to get contact with us.
Smoke signals.
Smoke signals, yes. This is the way. Ravens. You're thinking ravens. Ah yes, instead of smoke signals. That is solid
As
option.
long as it's a white one signifying the end of winter, I'm good.
Doesn't the white one signify the beginning of winter?
Beginning and the end.
Ah! Aha! This is good.
Snail mail works as well, but you know, snails are so slow.
Yeah,
Still faster than people, though.
that is not difficult. Did we get a package today?
No.
Okay. Because I could pay for it today, that's why I got confused. Why would I pay for something when I haven't received it yet? That again sounds like a new first world problem.
It's not really working here right now.
No?
It's okay. It's just biting through it.
Trusting the process or just...
It's just not working, but it's also, I am not working from photo reference right now.
Okay, now we have fucking mosquitoes everywhere. Wrong layer, Kronk. Zoom, 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 zoom. I wasn't happy with that one, so we're readjusting. Zoom. That works. Now we're gonna merge down with the layer below. We're gonna do this. Save again. Then we need to make sure that this one is viable, which it will only be if I remove this one here. Otherwise she doesn't have the same length of arms and that's shit. We like to have same length of arms for people. That makes life easier.
That's so ableist, man.
I know. I know. I'm like the worst ableist person ever. the most ableist or something.
Might not be working that well, but at least I'm sketching.
Yes. That is a win in itself. Okay. So if that is where that one goes, then that one goes there, and this one goes here. This one goes there. Bit out like this. Your cat says hi. Good. Here, look. Cat says hi back.
Mm-hmm. It's like Florence's cat. You know, everyone went like, "Oh my God, are you, hijacked or something? Oh my God, maybe get in touch with your sister or something like that." And then it turned out that the cat just had jumped on the keyboard and wanted to say hi.
These are the good cats. Signed was concerned, she said.
No, justify it. I mean, I would be as well.
Yeah. If people you know suddenly say or do things that are either not making sense at all or doesn't have syntax, well then you know.
I had a colleague who at a specific point really wasn't feeling well. And, we're having a Teams meeting, and it was, thank God everyone went like cameras on.
Yeah.
And I see my colleague fall asleep, and everyone else sees it as well, and people go like, he's falling asleep and stuff. And I knew, he wasn't feeling that well, having snivels and whatnot. But it's also an elderly person. And after about a minute or so, I go like, I'm gonna give him a call.
Yeah.
Because it's funny that he fell asleep during the meeting, and it's understandable if he's not feeling well. But for all that we know, he just had a fucking stroke.
Yeah.
So I call, and it's kind of funny because he kind of, you saw him, wake up and go like, okay, You know, like, are you okay? And it's like, yeah, just, you know, having a fever and not feeling well. Yeah, log off and just, you know, get well. But what really, at that point, my colleagues aren't bad people. But at that point, nobody except the person with the very traumatizing medical background went like, we need to check in on that person.
Wow.
So completely agree.
Okay. It's better to be concerned in vain than to not.
Yeah. Rather a bit too much stress than too little stress with horrible consequences.
Yes. It is starting to look a little bit more shiny, but we'll see. Almost dozed off during a meeting yesterday, multiple times. Was it one of those that could have been an email? Now comes the question, should I paint out the full character or should I just stay with like a 2/3 or something? This is difficult. Lengthy one, yes, but still an email, yeah. Then I can guarantee you that it was not your fault.
Now, there are moments where I just rather call a colleague, mostly with technical stuff.
Yeah.
If it's like, oh my god, organizational shift, I go like put it in an email, I'll read it and we'll discuss it at, you know, whenever we, at the lunch to, you know, give some. But otherwise, no. However, when it's extremely technical and someone has, for instance, logged a defect for me and I want to give feedback on that person, like, you know, no, but this, and this, or I can either spend 2 hours writing an email with screenshots or whatnot, or just go like, dude, you, me, meeting now, 5 minutes and we have a solution.
Morior made it back.
He survived it.
We are talking about meetings that could have been an email, so now we need to know. Could your meeting have been
An email.
an email? And signed is getting tea. It was probably easier as a meeting, but could have been an email. This meets the criteria that my lovely wife just mentioned. Okay. No, wait. Duplicate. I believe I am going to make this one into this, and then maybe put the head of Prophet down here. Prophet being her bunraku.
Remind me to empty the washer
Yes.
and put it in the machine.
Yes. Okay. Now I need to make a calculation.
18.
18 maybe. I got paid, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes. Pa, 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 pa. Okay. Okay. I have used AI for good.
What have you done?
I have calculated the size of the head of Prophet based upon the size of Soul in the image. And this is helpful. Prophet has a head that is roughly this size.
But I like, I'm not saying it's all bad, but it gets a bit overused for things.
Yeah.
But I do like to use it for, like maybe when I pick off.
Yeah. Yeah, but with this one, like this is a calculation I simply cannot make. I could have asked you, but then you have to spend time, and it was done in less than 30 seconds now.
No, but I will like describe how, for instance, one of my favorite painters, the Portfleet, would create, paint a peacock.
Yeah.
Don't give me an image in his style. Describe me what makes his style unique.
Yeah.
And then you get like pointers. And I studied his style quite intensely, so I go like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to do this. But also sometimes go like, this is an interesting approach to things, where you just get like, there is always a curve in things, there is always foliage in the background, there is, earthy tones, there is, that kind of stuff. That helps me way more than just, generate an image.
Yeah.
And for that one, I kind of like that one, because it makes you go like, oh yeah, my read is considered borderline Dadaist or those kind of things, and that makes it interesting.
Yes.
Now, to be quite honest, I could look it up as well.
Yeah. Yeah, but like for this one, I needed to know how big the head of the mech is in comparison to the pilot, and I know that the pilot is roughly 2 meters 10, and I know that the mech is roughly 15 meters, and they share proportions roughly. That's like, I can calculate it, but and now instead it was done for me in a faster way.
Well, my former teammate was constantly going like, ask Copilot for everything, and we just go like, yeah, we write the code. Yeah, but Copilot can do it way faster.
No, that shit we don't do.
No, it can't, because we're not giving the server passwords and usernames and technical users and stuff information out there. So no. But yeah, for like D&D campaigns, yes, I have my books with my monster stats and stuff, but if I just go like level 5, these type of monsters, random generate 5, I can still decide to pick which ones I take and don't take, but I don't have to, go through 25 books to find the stats.
No, indeed.
So for stuff like that, yeah, sure. But kind of like I used Google before anyway, kind of, so.
So, if we consider that, and this is where the light comes from. It has a rough cat shape as well, but there is a. It also looks kind of like a Gundam with a helmet and shit on. It's more complicated than just robot. Because of course it has to be.
I went like, did you just assume gender of that robot?
This robot, Gundamu. This robot is a he. This it's not a robot. It's different.
Yeah. Is it comparable to Heavenbreaker?
Sort of, yeah. But Heavenbreaker is they're less self-sentient than these ones. Like they have, yeah. It's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah.
It's not exactly the same.
If anyone's looking for a cool book to read, Heavenbreaker is absolutely.
Yeah. inside how his head actually does look. With the mask and everything. Okay, we're gonna do this one with red because why not go full Gundam? It's not gonna be a red mask, but
Make me wanna go like Oppan Gundam style.
wait, do I have a Gundam here somewhere? I think I do.
Oh, we have Peanut Soccer 2 box standing here.
That we do. Is the box? Where's the box? I just need something so that I have a good idea on the face mask. Oh no, this one doesn't look like I wanted it to. Sorry.
Seriously, dude, you made me stand up.
No,
You can't.
I didn't make you do anything. You did it for free.
My husband is a wanker.
Da, 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 da.
Why were you singing the Blue Oyster Club?
I don't know.
It almost went like da 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 da.
Wait, actually I know what I can do here. Where are you, fucker? I have a face with a... No, I'm not looking for the RX-78 Gundam. I'm just looking for a decent face mask cover thingy.
I went like, you know, I may hope you have a face.
Yes. This works. It's more about getting the shapes correct than anything else. Because he has he has a helmet, but under the helmet he has a leonine face as well.
You know, I'm a bit annoyed.
That
I'm looking at, I need a calendar for the wall,
yeah
2026, yeah?
yeah.
And around this time there are usually plenty of them, and I couldn't really find one on Amazon that was good. I checked on EMP, and they had one with Disney villains, so maybe. But I went like, let's check the Chinese website, because I just need a stupid calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I type calendar 2026, and then it does autofilling.
Yeah.
Standalone, year wall small, day by day, cottages, okay, random, fine, photos, Japanese, big cocks.
With big cocks.
And part of me goes like, I should click on it to see whether it's roosters, because that would be fucking funny.
Yeah.
But I'm also afraid if I click on it,
That your
that everything I will be getting will be from... That's... It's roosters!
It's roosters.
It's
Oh.
roosters! Yes! Now I want one. Scary.
Your adverts will be interesting. Yes, they will.
They already are. I never, Scotty, leave it. I never really look at those things, but then I get like, you know, commercials on like, you know, social media for like Temu, Ali, and I just go like, why are you giving me strap-on commercials? I've never expressed an interest in that one. Where does this one come from? Unless you are using my phone.
I'm using your phone to look up strap-ons. Yes. Quite. Quite.
Okay, I might consider getting it.
The big cock one.
Yes.
Hey, if you want the big cocks, you get the big cocks.
Also because the cover is like a big black cock.
The calendar or the strap-on. Yeah, well, this is the big conundrum, isn't it?
Add to cart.
Okay, I'll take.
Chicken daddies. Okay, now we're starting to get into the weird shit.
Welcome to Chicken Daddies.
Hunks and hens. Oh my fucking god.
Oh, wait.
It's beefy men like, you know the traditional fireman
Yeah.
with shirt off.
Yeah.
Have a quick look up. But with
Hunks and
hunks
hens.
and hens. Oh, bless their hearts. No. And then horror cats. Okay. weird dish, but fine. And yes, even off stream we're always this chaotic, so you
Yes. This is the way. And sorry, that was commercial. I'm reading what people wrote. D has commissions open apparently. Someone told.
Who? What?
D has commissions open apparently.
Ah. And occasionally have commissions open. Wow, thank you. Pluralis majestalis.
Where does it say that?
And have. Occasionally have. I have. Has. Commissions open.
I mean,
how fat do you call me that I'm plural?
no, it's a sign of endearment. I don't know. This one I really need to figure out better, but finish in a little while, but swarmy.
I have to say though, I've been taking the supplements for a couple of days now, and I'm having less brain fog.
That's good. That is good. I will do this one. Then he has to have. This wouldn't work. This might work.
Stop licking my feet. Grim, not you.
Like,
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
That sounds wrong. You shouldn't lick my feet anyway, but you know. Oh, okay. Ignore what I said about brain fog.
oh wow. That was not what I did.
Mm. Mm.
Okay. Something like that. No kink shaming. No, no kink shaming. This is a first draft. And we are going to take this first draft to time-lapse time. Because it is time to do time-lapse time.
Because I'm TLT.
TLT.
And then
Yes. It has been a lovely moment. And we're gonna watch time-lapse time of this fancy stuff. Let's get rid of these one first. The extras are not necessary. you guys for the next one? Yes. We are going to see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.
Toodles.